Assalamu alaikum. Master Suleiman here. Welcome. Let's slay some demons. Brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers, this is part one of a three-part series, Mind Matrix. I want to bring out a few things here, clear up a few things so we can have a clear understanding of what's going on in the times. So in the past, I've said things, and according to some of my responses, I think I haven't been as clear as I thought I was. Because again, this is not an interactive type of thing where you have an audience and they can give you feedback. So hopefully these three will clear up a few points. Okay, this one, we're going to talk about the illusion, mind matrix illusion, inspired by why do they love the devil? Because he gives them nothing. What does that mean? So we had those lessons, but most people have no idea what it means, what they mean at all. So without further delay, let's move into this. On the left hand, you see fulcrum and a balance, a board. Now what this represents is the three phases of our existence. The universe expands and contracts. Right now, we're at the point, at a time of full contraction. Our self-creation came at the point of full, we're at a time of full expansion. Our self-creation came at a point of full contraction. This is somewhat like a self-creation creation point because we are actually reinventing ourselves here. The time of separation between the analytical and the spatial, two gods. Powerful. So we really in a sense, self-creating ourselves. But during this time, three different phases come into clear view. The balance is when everything balances. In other words, we have enough energy, right, to maintain our, so you have internal and external energy, internal and external. See, we have internal, how much energy you require to maintain yourself. External is like the disposable energy which you have to do other things. Okay? So it's like, you need to eat so much a week, and you only make enough money to buy what you need to eat, so you don't have money for anything else. Just have enough money to maintain yourself. But if you make more, that means that you can do things, you can buy things, you can do things, right? Okay. So at the full expansion, we was at the point of energy deprivation. We didn't have enough energy to maintain ourselves. So at this point, what you see is the top one. See, that's without going to a lot of background. See, this is when Dr. Yakub brought his creation into existence. They had leverage. That's what that is, that leverage. See, because they required less energy internally than we did. So they had disposable energy, right? So that's called the age of grace, which means, right, that they could make mischief, shed blood, and not pay the price for it. That's what the age of grace means, because they had leverage. See, so they didn't see a direct connection between their evil deeds, their mischievous and shedding blood. They didn't see a direct connection to that until the consequence, because that's the age of grace. That's what Christians call the age of grace. They actually call it that, right? They're under grace because they're with Jesus. They're under grace, so they're not paying for their sin. Jesus paid for them. That's what they say. Okay, the basic concept is correct, right? They're getting away with it because they have the It's not justice. See, it's in their favor. They get mixed with shed blood and not pay the price for it. In the middle is the age of justice, age of consequence. That's where we are right now. That's the age of judgment. So in other words, whatever you do, you pay for it. See, when at the top, when the age of grace, they didn't have to pay for this, but we paid for it. See, that's what it means. Jesus paid for their sins. We was the Jesus paying for their sins. They got away with it. We paid for it. They got away with it at our expense. They could beat us and torture us and enslave us, right? And we paid for that, and they got rich as a result of it because they had leverage. We the Jesus. That's why you need to understand the angel and understand what all this means. We the Jesus that paid for their sins. We the Jesus on the cross that paid for their sins. That's what that means. Okay, now we have the age of consequence. This is the judgment. That's when you have judgment. So now we're not paying for their sins anymore. They're paying for them. That's why it has plague and all those other things going on. It's age of judgment. See? So all the evil and everything is coming back at them. Backfire. All the evil and everything, they're paying for it now. That's why they're panicking. They're going through all this, they're going through all the stress. All the whole entire system is under total stress. See? That's why I talk about backfire. Because everything they do now, they pay for it. See? And we're not paying for the evils anymore. They can't afflict us because they do anything to us, it backfires on them. They can't get away with the evil they do to us now. On the bottom is the age of mercy. See, that's the condition that goes after judgment, and all those that make it into that era, they constantly receive mercy. So in other words, if any defect they think they have possessed, it's washed away. No, your sins were black as night, they'd be white as snow. So everything just works out for you. That's why it's important to clean the house before you get there, because you don't want demons and devils there, because they would be successful also. Because that's the age of mercy. Because now you have all this energy, you keep getting energy, more energy, more energy, more energy, more energy, more. Just keep on increasing until the universe completely contracts, and that gets back to the beginning again. See? So that's a time of mercy, of blessings, of happiness, of joy, right? Of reconciliation, of restoration, rejuvenation. That's what that bottom represents. So we need to understand that. And that's what the hereafter represents. A kingdom that will never be destroyed nor given to another people. It just gets better and better and better and better. A kingdom that will grow without end. It keeps increasing. Constant increase. That's what that's talking about. That's a kingdom. That's our kingdom. See? But they're trying to rob us of it, because if they're able to get rid of us, then that mercy would apply to them also. But they have to get rid of all trace of us, because any of us alive would be able to destroy them. So they have to get rid of all of us. So therefore it's only them, and they just keep getting better and better and better in their mechanical universe, the mechanical world that they want to bring in, because they're mechanically minded. Hope you understand that, brothers and sisters. So let's move on to the presentation. Okay, sisters and brothers, we talked about the belief matrix. Now I want to talk about the mind matrix. And we're going to talk a little bit about how your mind is being manipulated. Because if someone can manipulate your mind, they control your reality. Because your mind is your reality. Your reality is a reflection of your mind. Reality is your mind. So let's move into it. Brothers and sisters, here, 0 normally represents the balance, absolute balance. But in this case, it represents the point where we have 0 energy, 0 external energy. We just have enough energy to maintain ourselves. We don't have any external energy. That means we can't maintain civilization. We can't maintain, we have a disposable income. We can't maintain anything. We can't control anything. Only have enough energy to maintain ourselves. So we're still alive, just don't have enough energy to maintain a civilization, because it takes energy to maintain a civilization. See? takes energy to control things. So we have put an energy deprivation where we don't have any energy to control anything, just enough to maintain ourselves. So this is where enter Dr. Yakub. You know? Adam, he's gonna make mischief and shed blood. See? And we're supposed to submit to him. Because he has energy, he has ruling. That's why he can rule, because he has external energy. He has more energy than he has much energy we have. He just don't require as much internally as we do. So he has this flow of energy. That means he can rule. Okay, that's what that zero means. It means we don't have any external energy, just enough to maintain ourselves personally, individually. Okay. Now this represents the root of Dr. Yakub's creation, his civilization. This is where it gets to where it says, why do we love the devil? Because it gives us nothing. If you have zero, well, you can still have something positive if you have something negative to balance it out. See? So in other words, if you borrow $1,000, you have 1,000, but you owe 1,000, so you really don't have anything, right? Because you owed 1,000, and then you got to pay interest to pay it back, so you really have less than anything. That's what that means. So you can have something, but you have to have something negative to back it up. See? That's the illusion of Yakub's civilization, because he's not giving you anything. You think you have things, but you have nothing. See, we'll see it as we move further into it, because he gives you something. But see, the point is we have this, put in this sense, we have civilization, but we have this devil that's balancing out. So we have a civilization, but we've been tormented, beaten, and enslaved in it, that civilization. See, if we didn't have any civilization, we wouldn't have the devil either, but we didn't have any civilization at all. So we run out of the jungle, right? We live in the jungle, we live jungle lives, right? So we didn't have anything, we wouldn't have the devil either. So we didn't have any civilization, we live in a jungle life, we wouldn't have any civilization. But now we have a civilization, but the devil comes with it. Pain, sorrow. No, but we have a house, right? We may have, a partner, maybe, right? Got a roof over our head. We have something to eat. We ain't got to go around hunting and stuff, chased by animals. But we got a devil that's beating us. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand the mathematics situation, brothers and sisters. It's an illusion. This whole civilization is an illusion to make you think you have something when you have nothing. That's why we love the devil, because the devil gives us nothing. Because he gives us the illusion of a civilization, which is better than have no civilization. See, dirty water is better than no water. That's what that means. This is not allegorical. This is not an analogy. This is the mathematical facts. Stop. See, so while we're at zero, he can give us more. He gives us +1, +7. He gives us +1,000,000, but it could be a -1,000,000 on the other side. So the more we have, the more trouble we're going to have to go with it. The more we have, the more trouble that we're going to have to go with it. You understand? At that point in time, when we have energy deprivation, see? So the more they give us, make us think we have something, right? The worse trouble we have behind it. Okay, understand? See what you have here? You want that house, right? But you got a mortgage. See? You want that Lamborghini, right? But you got a lease bill or you got a payment. So you really don't have anything, because you stop paying, you don't have a Lamborghini anymore. You start the mortgage, you don't have a house anymore. You see, you really didn't have anything. It was an illusion. See? He creates the illusion. See? He has the banks. He has the mortgage. He has all that. You have the thing on the side. He gives you that so you can have those, which is the money. That's the power. You have the things, he has the power. He has the money, he has the power. You have the things, he has the power. So you want all these things, but you empower him the more you want these things. So your ignorance, I want this, I want two cars, I want this, I want, right? You want a big house, all these things, right? And you empower him by that because you get those things, right? You're going more in debt with him, so you really don't have anything, do you? But the point is that how do you get those things? That means now you're enslaved to him because you have to work for him to get those things, to pay off those things, right? Because you remember you're paying with interest. So now you're enslaved to him, right? In order to have those things. So he keeps you enslaved. He has power over you, and plus he keeps you enslaved because you have to work for him now to have those things. Now, as I was saying, as the universe starts contracting, now we have energy bursts that comes to the earth every 50 years. It's momentous in the heavens and earth, but it comes but of a second, of a sudden. So now you don't have energy deprivation to the extent you had before, because now you have one unit of energy of external. So you have some energy to work with now, more than what you need. So you got a little energy to work with, you got a little bit of power, a little bit. That changed the whole scale. Because now that you have that, right? Look at the balance. And the balance one, right? The balance one, you need um, uh, -6 plus 7 equals -1. So now you have something, but you reduce the amount of money they have because now you're 1. That's the balance now. See, the balance shift now is 1, right? So the whole thing equation. So now you can have 1. If you just want 1, he'll have nothing. He has 0. If you just want 1, he has 0. If you want +7, he has -6. So it's more in it's moving towards your favor now. He still has power, right? But not as much as he had before. Because when it was 0, then that -6 was then -7. Now it's only down -6, going down, but you going up. Hope you understand that. Now say the mouse moved up to 7. Now you got 7 units of disposable energy, $7,000 disposable energy, 7 whatever. You have and you have disposable. Now you have power. You have 7 times more power you had just a minute ago, right? So now on the other side, one side you got 7, you got 0, you got nothing now. See, that's the balance. So if you only take 7, he has nothing because you can get 7 without you can pay off that 3, that car or that house. You can pay it off. You don't have no mortgage. You don't have no car note. So he has no. You don't have to work for him now. You ain't paying for it. You don't have no mortgage or anything, car note. So you don't have to work for him. You're not a slave to him anymore, and he has nothing. He has nothing to control you with. If it gets to that point, you understand? So look at this. It's 7. But say you take 10. You take it 7 plus 3, take it 10. So you 3 more, right, than more. So in other words, you 3 more than what you should have, that one to balance. Then now you give him power. You give him a little power now. See, in other words, you got the house, right? You pay that off, right? That's a 7. So, hey, that's the balance 7. No problem there. But you still got a car note there. You didn't pay that off, right? That's a little more. Because 7 plus 3 is 10, but the balance is 7. So now you got a little note, car note, right? So now you're enslaved to him to that extent, right? Because he has that much power. You give him that much power. See? Because you said, okay, I'm not gonna pay. I'm still, I'm gonna get I want this car. He had the house. He was cool, but you said, no, I want a car now too. So now you got to go and get a car note because you don't have enough money, right? Exposed energy to pay for that, right? So you borrow it. Borrow the money to get the car. What the Quran says, spend out what we have given you. Spend, that's why it opens with that. Spend out what we have given you. That's a very important concept because if you did, he would have no power over you, none whatsoever. Because if he was given 7 and all you take is 7, he would have nothing. But if you're going to take 3, that's more than what you was given. Now he's got power over you by -3. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Okay, what we have here is that say you're at 7, like we said before, right? And you got the house you paid off, so nothing there. But you got a car note, so you only got 3 on the outside. But that means his power, his whole society is coming down, it's unraveling. Remember, his whole society is based on usury, and the Quran says Allah is at war with usury. That's what it's talking about. See, because the whole system is based on usury. It's an illusion. So he's down to 3. That means he's weak. He's powerless. He's getting. I mean, he can't survive off of the economy where he's only got 3. That is weak. And you have this wealth, and he don't have. Yeah, I know the banks are closing, right? The financial institutions are closing, right? Because you don't owe them anything. You're not taking any loans. If people stop taking loans and stuff in the banks would collapse. The whole economy would collapse, right? So how do you resolve that? They have to borrow money. America goes into debt, borrowing from other countries to keep the economy up. Because you're getting richer, you don't they ain't getting as much as it was before because you're not borrowing as much as before, right? Because you can pay it off quicker. See, so you're not in that debt as much before. So that means that if you have more money, more wealth, right? We're not getting to the part about they send your job or some kind of stuff. I'm just showing you the basic idea, this idea. So you can factor this into the point they send your job. Why are they doing that? See, when you understand the mathematics, understand their policies, why they're doing certain things, they're doing abortion, all this other kind of stuff. I'm just getting the mathematics of their financial society, the mathematics of the financial side of it. So that's what happens. So then so America's in great debt. They ain't gonna tell you that's the real reason, but they're in debt because they're not making that money off of you anymore. Because their whole society, remember, in the beginning, right? They got rich off us because that was the balance. Remember I showed you at the top where the slide was, they was at the bottom, was at the top because they had leverage. Right? So they could do all this evil to us and everything, and we paid the price. We the Christ on the cross, right? And so we the ones suffer, you understand? Because of their sins, but they was in the grace, so they didn't suffer because of sins, but we did, right? So now they need to keep their system going. So they have to borrow money for places to keep it going, keep the banks going, all that kind of stuff. See, keep that society going because it's an illusion. Because now we increasing, we coming up off that cross. So here we see at the point of energy deprivation again, right? But we under total submission to them. Now we don't have Lamborghinis back in state, but if we were, right, that means we could have those things, right? But it was an incredible debt. So we wouldn't have anything. See? So I'm just showing that way that's not the way it was. Back in slavery, they had Lamborghinis and we have all kind of stuff. I'm just trying to get you to understand the mathematics of the situation. See? That at that point, right, you have a Lamborghini, you got a car note. If you got a house, you got a mortgage. Okay, so who controls the money? That's the mortgage side. That's them, our enemy. They control the money side. That's the power. We're the consumer that keeps them in power. And we have to work hard, we have to be enslaved to them, right? To get, right, the credit that we need, right? To be in a position, right? So they can have the money. Because you have to borrow it, right? So you have to be a good slave. Because they say, you ain't working and everything, how we ain't gonna let you buy no money, we ain't gonna let you borrow this money to get this car. So the harder you work and the more loyal you are to them, right? The more that you're able to get those things that are not really things because they really because you're not getting anything because you got the negative side to balance it out. You got a house, you got a mortgage, and you got to work your ass off to get it. See, so you're enslaved to them. You might not call it slavery. Right now, you're in financial slavery. Just as bad as it was before, but but it's an illusion. So you think you're not. They give you an illusion like a magician. They give you this illusion. They create this illusion for you. You have nothing. Okay. Did you notice that? All of a sudden you're making enough money to buy a Lamborghini, you make enough money to buy a house, pay it off. You ain't got no black, because it says we will break our chains because of fatness. That means what the Bible means by that? Because we start getting energy, fatness, we start getting more energy. That means that will break that illusion. So now you can buy a Lamborghini, you can buy a house because you're making $900K a year, right? Bam. So you can buy all these different things, right? So you don't have to borrow anything. That means the whole system collapses, disappears. Just disappears because you ain't borrowing anything because those banks depend on usury. That's what they depend on. This whole thing is based on usury. So now, right, you don't have to borrow anything anymore. They don't want ever get you get in that position. That gets back to jobs overseas and all those other things. They don't ever let you get in that position. We don't have to borrow anymore. Because if you do, you have jobs and all these kind of things, right? You can't borrow anymore because you're successful, you're making money, right? You can't, that's, say your job overseas, so you're dependent upon them. You see? So therefore, they control it. So you got to keep borrowing and keep that system going. You understand? So now you got plenty of excess money. See? But so they keep giving you these things. Now, if you didn't want those things, right? You see, if you didn't want those, that's a whole different issue. If you didn't want those things, they got to keep you wanting those things. Keep wanting those things. You need this, you need this, a better car, whatever. Well, why you need a Lamborghini? A Volkswagen Beetle will get you where you need to go. You don't live in it, right? But they losing your mind. Remember I said, mind matrix, they got to put in your mind you need these things. You need this bigger house. You need this bigger car. Who makes this bigger house? Him. Where do you get the money from to buy this bigger house, the credit and everything? Lord, from them. They have to keep that going, keep the illusion. Oh, you need this, you need that, you need, and it makes sure it doesn't last. It makes sure that car will not last that long. So you have to buy another one. See, keep it going. See, because if you bought things that last, then that means you would, and all this other stuff, right? About divorce and all this kind of stuff, all that stuff is designed, right? And your children out of control, everything, because you have to pay the lawyers. You have to spend that money. You have to borrow money, pay the lawyers, because you can't keep anything going. You can't get along with your spouse. That's where the demons come in. See, because if half the black population is demons, that means most likely, right, your spouse is probably a demon. Most likely, not all, but most likely, because it's a flip of a coin. Half and half, 50-50. 50-50 possibility of the spouse a demon. Right? Your friends, 50-50, most of the demons, they're going to get you in trouble. Stab you in the back. See? Your neighbor, 50-50. That's it. Almost everybody you see in the public sphere are demons, the black faces. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, brothers and sisters. So here we get to the meat of it. You get to the point where they can't make any money for you anymore. Remember, they say they're borrowing this money, but they can't keep borrowing money anymore to keep the system going. And they ain't getting the money from you no more as they was before. So now this system is about to collapse. They're not going to tell you, right? They don't want you to be independent like Elijah Muhammad told you to be independent so you don't be getting credit and everything from them anymore. That's why he had to stop that. You understand? So here you're at a point where you're not producing for them anymore. You're not working for them anymore. See, so their banks can't hold up because they can't get usury from you anymore. You don't have to borrow from them anymore. It means you don't have to work for them anymore. You have to produce for them anymore. You can use your own creativity for yourself now. So that means the whole system collapses. There's no more they have no cliff, right? You got all the wealth, right? And their system collapses because it's based on users, based on you borrowing stuff. You don't have to borrow them anymore. It means you have to work for them anymore if you don't. You work for yourself now. That's what Elijah Muhammad was trying to do for you. You see. So what they do? What's their obligation now? Think about it. You got the cars, you got the house, you got all the stuff, but you don't owe them anything. So you got the material things. They don't have the money, that's the power, but you got the material things. Okay? You see? So you have the material, you could take their material things and trade it back for money. They don't have any money. So what they do? They get rid of you and take your material things. You see what's going on here, brothers and sisters? That's what they're getting ready to do. They got to get rid of you because now you have all the material things. The illusion is gone now. Their system is about to collapse because there's no one's borrowing. They had to borrow money to maintain it. They had $22 trillion in debt. And they're still borrowing because they ain't making that money off you anymore. You see? So this is about to collapse. So the only thing is okay, well, let's take back everything we gave them. They got, right? Now we have it. We have it all back. Let's take it all back. And they ain't gonna give us anything for it. Get rid of us. That's the financial side. I told you, you have all these different plans against us. That's the financial aspect of it. The way it looks from the financial point of view. That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. See, so they take it all back and get rid of us, right? And then they can bring the Mexicans and everybody else over, right? And sell it to them. Sell it back to them. Sell the house back to them. Okay, you pay $200,000 for this house, right? They got it. They sell it back to them. Now they got the system going again because now they got the mortgages stuff going all over again. See, with your stuff that you're going now. You understand? It makes total financial sense when you understand about it. And these people are not stupid. And what move would you make if you was in every situation? Wouldn't you make the same move? Or you just lie down and say, okay, I'm going to be a nice guy. I'm just going to lie and die. I ain't going to take that back. I'm going to be a good citizen. I'm just going to take it. I lost. They won. So hey, might as well go home and just hang myself. You see what I'm saying? Let's take it all back. But they got to get rid of you. Once they get rid of you, then it's their property. And now they can bring all the Mexicans over, Indian, everybody, and sell it back to them. And they got the usury system going all over again. Here's the house. Okay, this house costs you, $100,000. So you can borrow. I say I'll lend you $100,000, right? See, to get that house. So now I got my bank system strong, powerful again. You understand, brothers and sisters? I'm trying to understand, get you to understand the time, so you can understand, come from different angles, because there's a lot of different angles that come at this. But the bottom line, all of them, they got to get rid of you. Just like the population situation, they got to get rid of you. And all these situations still got to get rid of political, all the systems. When you boil them all down, understand them clearly. You have to go. See? Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Okay, brothers and sisters, wrap this up. I don't think I need to go in there and do a review. I think you should understand. I try to make it as simple as possible. This is where we are. This is where they're up against the wall. Wait there at $22 trillion. America's so powerful, so rich. Why are they in 22 trillion miles, 22 trillion miles, $22 trillion in debt? How do you think they're going to resolve that? How do you think they got like that? See? You think they're going to tell you, let's deal shrewdly with them? And you got these demons, they use these demons, right, to keep that going. Because they're part, like I said, the balance. If you have 10, you got to have a negative 10 to balance it. So some of that negative 10 are demons. See, like I said, they destabilize your family. You got a demon spouse, maybe, demon friend. They destabilize your family. They cause you all kinds of grief and destabilization. You see? Because they can get in after Elijah Muhammad made clear the devil's was, they can slide on him because now, hey, you don't look like a devil, you look like you. See? You understand, brothers and sisters? It's very simple. See? You see, Farrakhan is helping their system. He ain't helping our system. Has he built anything? He tore down the whole process that Elijah Muhammad was building. That was real, but he inspires the illusion with all this BS Scientology and everything else. He's part of it. Okay, brothers and sisters, thank you. This is part one again of the Mind Matrix. That's a three-part series. The other two parts will be coming soon. Assalamu alaikum.